You're reporting.
All right, let's get to our forecast right now with meteorologist Caroline Brown. It's a lovely day outside. So nice.
It is just beautiful. Sunshine, low humidity. Let me show you what it looks like outside because it is night and day compared to the last several days. Without that humidity, we're not dealing with any cloud cover. So a live look from our Arc Generators camera over the Southwest Freeway showing bright blue skies, no fog this morning, and temperatures really gonna be pleasant. Right now, sitting in the mid-60s out there in Tomball. Here in Houston, a bit cool, 57 degrees, so grab a jacket if you're heading out the door to lunch. 59 on the island, temperatures about 15 to 20 degrees cooler right now compared to this time yesterday. Not only are we cooler, but we're also much more dry. Previously, we were humid and muggy, dew points down in the 40s, a much better hair day. And those winds, those have really calmed down as well. Yesterday, we were seeing winds gusting 25 to 30. Now, only 5 to 10 miles per hour. Now, the Houston Marathon about a month away, so those long runs happening right now. Temperature-wise, just beautiful for your jogging forecast at 2 o'clock, 62 degrees, mid-60s with clear skies as we go through the afternoon. And it's not just today. It's the next several days that we're going to see beautiful weather. We'll have morning low temperatures starting off in the mid-40s as we head into the afternoon. Friday and Saturday, things look great. You will notice another push of cool air. That's going to bring our highs back into the 50s on Saturday. This is the coldest day of the 10-day forecast coming up. We'll talk about what you can expect the rest of the weekend and, of course, an early look at Christmas.
Caroline, thank you.
Avoid traveling while tired. We would never travel if that were the case, although I understand her point. You want to be alert and
got to be with it.
Got to be with it, Caroline.
On your A game.
Pack days in advance.
Right.
Get there so early.
Yes.
I feel like this doesn't matter what you do. It's kind of luck of the draw.
It's true.
Luck of the airport. That's how I feel about our weather in December.
Yes.
You can't plan for any sort of weather here. But I will say we finally have nice weather here.
Seasonable.
It's seasonal. It's amazing after what was really warm. Take a look at our not feel very festive last weekend, but this weekend we are going to be feeling much more festive. High temperatures started to get above normal last Saturday. From here through the weekend, we are going to be staying below normal. In fact, a live look outside at the Houston Zoo, no longer seeing tank tops. Instead, we've got someone in a hoodie out there. That's because temperatures much cooler than we have been right now, sitting at 54 degrees with a light breeze from the northeast. That means the Houston Zoo is 23 degrees cooler right now compared to this time yesterday. So much more seasonal, and across the board, we're talking upper 50s and the lower 60s. So a cool, crisp feeling outside. Feels a lot more like it should be mid-December. Into the afternoon, temperatures can climb into the mid-60s. And then once we go overnight tonight, we're going to see temperatures plummet pretty quick. By 6 o'clock, dropping into the 50s for many. Waking up on our Friday, temperatures back into the 40s, so a bit warmer than what we saw this morning. Friday afternoon, actually pretty pleasant. By 3 o'clock, 62 here in Houston. We'll start to feel another push of cool air tomorrow afternoon. That means into Saturday, things will get really cold really quick. If you've got Friday night, date night plans, 7 o'clock, temperatures already dropping into the 40s, and then watch as we go into Saturday. I would not be surprised if a light freeze happens for areas north and west of Houston. Here in Houston and the suburbs, mid-30s elsewhere. 30 for Huntsville, Livingston, Brenham, 29, a cold start to what's going to be a really chilly Saturday. Both Saturday and Sunday, cold in the morning. Afternoon, really nice. Upper 50s, lower 60s. Put those decorations up. It's going to be feeling very festive. Now, we are staying dry as we go through the weekend thanks to a high pressure system. But as early as Monday, we're going to start to bring in a 20% chance of showers. You'll notice on Christmas Eve, we are tracking rain across the state. This is a weak cold front that's going to push its way towards Houston. Right now, the timing looks to be Christmas Eve afternoon and evening. 7 o'clock, storms possible here in Houston. If this timing holds up, we would be dry by 8 a.m. on Christmas morning, but that is something. Temperatures right now, not just cooler, but we also feel much more pleasant because our humidity is lower. We're not muggy and sticky. Right now, temperatures, especially closer to the coast where that cold front passed through yesterday afternoon, about 20 degrees cooler right now compared to this time yesterday. And it's a bluebird day. We've got plenty of sunshine. You can see over the Southwest Freeway, no clouds, no fog this morning, no problems. A live look from our Arc Generators camera showing abundance of sunshine. But despite the sunshine, we're struggling to warm up. Temperatures right now here in Houston in the mid 50s, 54 in Pearland, 61 in Conroe, a mix of sun and clouds, 59 out there in Brenham. We've got low humidity, so a spectacular hair day. And I feel pretty confident saying that because we also don't really have much in terms of winds. Yesterday, it was breezy behind that front, but now pretty calm, only seeing wind gusts to maybe 5 miles per hour. I did mention a stunning weekend, so no problems washing the car this afternoon. By 2 o'clock, 62 degrees, mid 60s at the heat of the day. And then this evening, it is a Thursday, but we're getting pretty close to the holidays. So if you're planning a fire pit tonight, should be great. At 10 o'clock, 53 degrees. And then even waking up tomorrow morning, mid 40s. Now this is ahead of another push of cool air. That's going to bring a light freeze to our northern counties. But I've got more on our chilly weekend forecast coming up.
Wondering what's the weather going to be like Christmas Eve and Christmas Day? We're getting close.
Yeah, we are getting so close, and we're actually tracking, I think, pretty nice weather. It's not going to be cold, no chance of a white Christmas, but I will tell you what, it's going to be nowhere near our warmest.
Okay.
In fact, take a look at how extreme our weather can be Christmas. A little biased because I grew up here. So in my childhood, getting 3 to 12 inches on Christmas in 2004. Magic. That's not going to happen. The coldest was 11 in 1983. So we really can see quite the variety. As for this year, I think it looks pretty good. 6 days away from now, we're putting 72 degrees, lower humidity with a 20% chance of showers, mainly going to be in the morning. I actually think there's a good chance by the time we get to the day tomorrow, we take out that rain chance. And I want to show you why. Our future track has a high pressure system keeping us beautiful today, tomorrow, through the entire weekend. You can see highs dominating. Once we get to Monday, we are going to start to see winds coming in from the Gulf. That's going to increase our temperatures into the mid and upper 70s. That'll bring rain chances for Monday. And then Tuesday, a weak cold front starts to move through the state. This is 4 a.m. on Christmas Eve, slicing from Dallas to Austin, San Angelo, approaching the Houston area in the afternoon on Tuesday of Christmas Eve, passing through Houston likely in the evening of Christmas Eve. So if you're traveling across Texas, I would recommend traveling on Monday. Tuesday looks to be wet, but this actually has the front pushing offshore by early Christmas morning, by 8 a.m., staying dry and continuing to be dry through the day on Christmas. So if that front speeds up anymore, I'm pretty confident we're going to be totally dry on Christmas. And also with that cold front, we're going to have lower humidity, so not quite as chilly, but still extremely pleasant. Now, today, certainly a cool one. A live look outside, bright blue skies, temperatures at Hobby 55, College Station 60 degrees, so across the board, it is cool out there. As we go through the next several hours, some locations could be warming up into the mid 60s before we start to really plummet. Overnight tonight, cooling down into the mid 40s for most. You'll notice Friday afternoon only reaching the mid 60s, and then another burst of cool air moves in. This means it's going to get real cold real fast. Friday at 7 o'clock, already dropping into the 40s. By Saturday morning, areas to the north and to the west of Houston, a light freeze is going to be possible. Shouldn't cause any damage. We are only expecting it to be around freezing for about 2 hours.
Saturday morning, right?
Bring home that W.
Saturday morning is going to be such a cold cold one here in Houston. Definitely a good day to watch things from inside, even colder than today. And let me show you what it's like out there, because I will say it's pretty lovely. Temperatures are in the 60s. Sunshine is abundant. A live look from our Houston area Chevy dealers live camera over the Southwest Freeway. No clouds out there. In fact, it just feels nice. Temperature wise, we're currently sitting in the mid 60s, 65 here in Houston, 67 in Tomball, 68 for our friends out in Katy. On the island, 62. And one of the reasons why it feels so magnificent, we're not as humid and muggy as we used to be. In fact, dew points in the 40s. This is a great hair day, especially when you factor in the winds. Much more calm compared to yesterday. Yesterday, gusts were up to 25. Today, very light, only seeing gusts maybe to 5. So get out there. We're not forecasting any rainfall over the next several days, so not a bad time to wash the car, especially if you have picky relatives coming to town. By 5 o'clock, 62 degrees, clear skies. Once we get into the evening, we are going to be cooling down rather efficiently. By 7 o'clock, 58 degrees. Tomorrow morning, we're going to be waking up once again in the mid 40s, 46 here in Houston, 42 up in Brenham. This is going to be a cool start to just a spectacular weekend. Tomorrow afternoon, mid 60s. Now another rush of cool air starts to usher in on Friday evening. That means by Saturday morning, some areas to our north could see a light freeze. Here in Houston, 38, highs in the upper 50s. Stunning for the weekend, but the big question, will it last for the holidays? Andy, Lisa, I've got that full forecast coming up.
We will stay tuned, Caroline. Thank you.
Spencer solves the team. We've been watching these stories every night this week, and they're so touching. We're so happy for the families he's able to help this year.
And have a wonderful Christmas.
Yes. Speaking of Christmas and those bikes.
It is going to be wonderful bike riding weather on Christmas. It's not a white Christmas, but if you've got a bike, it's going to be a great. We're saying it's mild and merry because a cold front's going to pass through the day before. Not a very strong front, so highs in the lower 70s, but that's going to lower our humidity. Now you will see that 20% chance of showers. That's mainly going to be in the very early morning. So I'm going to actually start by taking you through the entire forecast to get back to Christmas. So today through the weekend, a high pressure system really going to be dominating our forecast here. You can see we're staying dry as we head through the weekend. And then once we get into next week, we will start to see some changes. In fact, beginning on Monday, flow coming from the Gulf, that'll increase our humidity and bring some rain chances. But then on Tuesday, a weak front will start to move through the state. So this is 4 a.m. on Christmas Eve. You can see showers and storms possible from Oklahoma down through Dallas and Austin. That front pushing towards the Houston area by 1 o'clock. This is Christmas Eve. That means if you are traveling to see family on Christmas across Texas, I would recommend traveling on Monday. Tuesday looks to be a little wet. Those storms right now, the current timeline has it passing through Houston in the afternoon and evening, which means as we look ahead to Christmas morning, we would be dry and staying dry through the day on Wednesday. Now, this is still several days out, so our timing can shift. But for now, a wet Christmas Eve and a beautiful Christmas is our forecast. Hey, speaking of beautiful forecasts, right now we've got sunny skies, temperatures in the mid 60s. It feels wonderful with low humidity. As we go through the evening tonight, temperatures plummeting down through the 50s into the mid 40s by Friday morning. As we go into Friday afternoon, we'll be reaching the mid 60s, but then another push of air is going to start to move in. That means by Friday night, we're cooling quick. If you've got date night plans, definitely make sure you have a big jacket. Temperatures by 7 o'clock, upper 40s. And then as we look ahead into Saturday, we're going to be waking up in the mid and upper 30s here in Houston. Areas to the north, cool, pleasant weekend to get any of those Christmas sweater photos.
That's true.
All right.
Okay.
Get it all taken care of. Caroline, thank you.
Caroline.
They're through the weekend. get out and make those plans.
Beautiful.
Thanks, Caroline. That's going to do it for us here at 3.
We'll see you.
Holidays, a live look outside from our Houston area Chevy dealers camera showing a bluebird day. No clouds over the Southwest Freeway. We've got temperatures that are really pleasant right now. 65 here in Houston, 68 in Katy, 67 for our friends up in Huntsville. Humidity values, they're low right now in the upper 40s, which means it's comfortable. We're crisp, we're dry, a really great hair day, especially because wind gusts, those are much lower today. Right now, winds only getting to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Not too bad. As for the car wash forecast, we can finally show this because we're going to be staying dry over the next several days. Clear skies tonight, temperatures 58 by 7, so no issues cleaning up the car. This evening, though, we will start to cool down rather quick. By tomorrow in the 40s, by Saturday in the 30s. But Andy, Lisa, I've got that full forecast coming up.
Okay, Caroline, thank you.
We were 82 degrees. Today's the first day since last Saturday that we're actually seeing temperatures come in a little bit below normal. As for right now, we're sitting in the mid 60s, so actually really seasonal. 65 here in Houston, 60 down on the island, 67 in Columbus. It feels comfortable outside. We've got low humidity, a light breeze, and as we go through the evening, temperatures steadily cooling down into the 50s. By tomorrow morning, into the mid 40s. This is also about where we should be this time of year. Now, as we go into Friday afternoon, we are going to start to see a cold front move in, and that's going to really start to cool down our northern cities. So here in Houston in the mid 60s, but look at Huntsville and Livingston in the mid 50s by 3 o'clock tomorrow. We're going to be cooling down quick because of that front, which means by 7 o'clock on Friday, if you've got Friday night plans, big jackets, holiday sweaters, temperatures already dropping into the 40s by 7 o'clock. In fact, by Saturday morning, we're waking up in the 30s here in Houston. Areas to our north and west, a light freeze certainly is going to be possible. We're talking areas like Livingston, Huntsville, Brenham, Columbus, right around that freezing line. So we're not expecting any damage to pipes, but if you've got sensitive plants, I'd go ahead and bring those inside. Saturday is going to be the coldest day of our 10-day forecast, but still get out and enjoy it. Low humidity, a cool start with sunny skies. Sunday, partly cloudy skies, 64, a really nice weekend. But then some changes into next week. Take a look at our future track. You'll see that cold front push through tomorrow. This is going to make for an especially cold Saturday. And then Sunday, still looking pleasant. We've got sunny skies. Monday, we'll start to see flow coming in from the Gulf. That means we'll start to feel maybe a bit more sticky outside. We'll start to bring in some rain chances as well. And then Tuesday, this is Christmas Eve, 4 a.m. You can see showers pushing through Dallas to Austin. That's advancing across the state by 1 o'clock on Christmas Eve. Some thunderstorms possible. If you're traveling through the Texas Triangle, we're talking Houston, Austin, San Antonio, Dallas, I would recommend traveling on Monday if you need to be there by Christmas. Those storms impacting Houston Tuesday night. This is the current timeline, but remember, this can speed up or slow down. Usually, more than not, it speeds up, which would give us a dry Christmas. Not just dry, but a low humidity Christmas. That extended forecast, beautiful. Now through Sunday, you'll see temperatures start to increase for Christmas and Hanukkah, and then we're going to be staying warm through the end of that extended forecast. Hey, stay with us. We'll be right back after a short commercial break. Evening looking spectacular. You're starting to see a little bit of a glow on the horizon. Sunset just about 50 minutes away, and it's going to be a delightful one. Although I will say, with clear skies, we're going to be cooling down rather efficiently. As for right now, we're sitting in a pretty comfortable spot. We're in the mid to upper 60s. Currently 68 in Tomball for our friends in Fort Bend County, 68 in Sugar Land. Just perfect to get out and go on a walk right before sunset. We're not dealing with any of that humidity. Dew points in the 40s to the lower 50s. a perfect hair day. Light winds out there, so this evening, get out and enjoy. The clear skies are going to help us cool down pretty quick. By 9 o'clock, 54 degrees. Waking up tomorrow morning, we're going to be plunging all the way into the 40s. Now, this is not the coldest morning of the next several days, but still, it's pretty seasonal. Here in Houston, 46. Waking up in Liberty, 43. So bundle up the kiddos as you send them off to school on Friday. Into the afternoon, it'll be fabulous, 66. That's before another cold front bumps down those temperatures for Saturday. But Lisa, Andy, I've got more on that full weekend forecast coming up.
Okay, we'll see you for that, Caroline. Thank you. Nice outside. We're loving these temperatures.
I'm loving it too. And then the best part is that it's going to be here to stay. It is going to be staying with us this weekend, so it's not wasted on a work day. We're going to have it all weekend long.
Good, good, good.
Something to celebrate. Look outside. We're only about 45 minutes away. How quickly our beautiful days fly by. A live look from our Houston area Chevy dealer's camera. Not a cloud in sight. And that's been what we've been dealing with all day long. Temperature-wise, extremely comfortable. College Station, 66, 60 degrees in Galveston. Across the board, everybody sitting in the mid-60s. This is actually very seasonal. This is where we expect to be this time of year. As we go through this evening, temperatures are going to be steadily decreasing through the 50s by tomorrow morning, waking up in the mid-40s. So bundle up, sending the kiddos off to school on Friday, 7 a.m., 43 in Liberty, 46 up in Tomball. As we go through the day, we are going to be tracking a cold front moving in from the north. That means here in Houston, similar to today, we'll be warming up into the mid-60s. But for our friends up north, Livingston, Huntsville, College Station, by 3 o'clock, temperatures falling back into the 50s. In fact, that cool air really will start to settle in Friday night, which means if you've got Friday night date night plans, definitely plan on an inside reservation or a big jacket. 7 o'clock, temperatures in the mid to upper 40s, 47 in Tomball, 45 out in Brenham. That's 7 o'clock on Friday. Once we get to Saturday morning, mid to upper 30s across Southeast Texas. Here in Houston, 38. Not worried about any freezes here in the metro or in the suburbs, but areas well to our north and west, you likely are going to see a light freeze. Temperatures 30 in Huntsville, 31 in College Station. We're not expecting any problems with this with pipes, but if you do have sensitive plants, I'd go ahead and take those inside if you can. Saturday certainly looking to be the coldest day of the next 10 days. High temperatures only reaching the upper 50s. And then on Sunday, warming up slightly into the mid 60s. This is the start of a much bigger warm up. Let's talk about it because that's going to make our holiday week back into the 70s. Future Track is going to show that cold front on Friday moving through in the mid-morning time. That'll bring for a very cold Saturday. But once we get to Sunday, we'll already start to see winds coming in from the Gulf. That's going to increase temperatures to the 60s on Sunday, 70s for Monday with rain chances starting to move in. That's ahead of our next cold front, 4 a.m. on Christmas Eve, pushing through Dallas, Austin, San Antonio. Thunderstorms are going to be possible 1 o'clock, pushing through the Houston area late on Christmas Eve. Do not worry, Santa and Rudolph have traveled through much worse, and it does look like by the time we're waking up on Christmas,
This nice little window of nice cooler weather, and
Yes.
then if you like the warmer stuff, we'll got you covered for next week.
a little bit of something for everybody.
Everyone's going to be happy.
Thanks, Caroline. All right, still to come, a university